Children, today we are going to start the next exercise of the equation of straight line. In this, we are going to study about the inclination gradient. What is the gradient when lines are parallel and when lines are perpendicular? And we'll do few concept related sums. So let's start with inclination. What is inclination? The angle formed by the line with the x-axis. So when this is what? See, this is a line which is making this theta angle with the x-axis. So this theta angle when measured in anti-clockwise direction, so the inclination will be positive. When this theta angle is measured in clockwise direction, the inclination will be negative, right? So what is inclination? The angle which the line is making with the x-axis. Now let's come to slope. What is slope then? Slope is related to the inclination. Suppose this line is passing and making theta angle with the x-axis. So slope, or it is also called gradient of a straight line, is the tangent of the inclination and it is denoted by m. That means m alphabet is representing the slope of the line. So m is tangent of inclination, that means m equals to tan theta, where theta is the inclination, right? Note down this much first. Okay, let's see here. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, these are the coordinate axes, they're intersecting at the origin. So we can say that, first point, all the lines which are parallel to x-axis, or we can say that the slope of x-axis is always 0. That means the value of tan theta will be 0. Remember children, the slope of x-axis and all the lines which are parallel to x-axis, right, it will be 0. Slope will be 0 because inclination is 0. So tan 0 is 0. Therefore tan theta is 0. That means the slope of x-axis and the line parallel to x-axis are always 0. Next point, the slope of y-axis and the line parallel to y-axis is infinity, not defined. Why? Because you can see that if a line is parallel to y-axis, that means it is perpendicular to x-axis. That means the inclination of the line is 90 degree. The angle formed by the line which is perpendicular to x-axis is 90 degree, and the value of tan 90 degree is not defined, infinity. So we can say that the lines which are parallel to y-axis or the slope of y-axis is always not defined or infinity. Third point, the slope of lines which are positive lines is positive. That means the slope is positive when the line is making acute angle in anti-clockwise direction, that we have discussed earlier. Okay, in the previous board I have explained the line will making acute angle with the positive direction in anti-clockwise direction, then the slope will be positive. And if the line is making obtuse angle in the anti-clockwise direction, then the slope will be negative. Alright children, note down please. Now let's discuss the slope of the line passing through two given fixed points. Suppose this is a line which is inclined with the x-axis and making theta angle in anti-clockwise direction. So if we draw perpendicular from point P and perpendicular from point Q, so this distance will be x1 if the coordinates of point P is x1, y1 and Q x2, y2. So the distance PR will be x2 minus x1. Similarly, QR will be y2 minus y1. And these two lines both will be parallel to each other. So if this angle is theta, then this angle will also be theta as the corresponding angles. Now you can see in this triangle PQR, if we calculate the value of tan theta is what? Perpendicular upon base. So this is perpendicular y2 minus y1 and base is x2 minus x1. So now we can say that when the 2 points are given, the value of the slope we can calculate by the formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. Alright children. Now remember, when the lines are parallel, their slopes are always equal, right? When two lines are parallel or more than two lines are parallel, suppose 10 lines are parallel, then all the slope of all the lines will be same. Suppose two lines are perpendicular, are mutually perpendicular to each other, then the product of their slope will be always equals to minus 1. Just remember the points, these are important points, right? Note down the board please. Children, let's see few sums. In this first sum, it is given that find the slope of the line whose inclination is 30 degree. That means the value of theta is 30 degree. We know that the formula of slope m equals to tan theta. So when we put theta equals to 30 degree, that means the value of m is tan 30 degree and the value of tan 30 degree is 1 upon root 3. So that means the slope of the line will be 1 upon root 3. Alright. Let's see another sum. In this sum, it is given that find the inclination of the line whose slope is root 3. Now here we are calculating slope. Now we are calculating inclination. And we are given with the slope. That means the value of m is given root 3. The formula of m is tan theta and equals to root 3. In tan, the value of root 3 is tan 60 degree. So we can say that tan theta equals to tan 60 degree. On comparing, we can say that theta equals to 60 degree. Alright children, please note down. Let's see a few more sums children. Now in this sum it is given that find the slope of the line parallel to AB if A equals to minus 2, 4 and B equals to 0, 6. That means we have to calculate the slope of the line which is parallel to AB, right? Now let's calculate the slope of AB first. So if A is minus 2, 4 and B is 0, 6, so let's assume that this is x1, y1 given and this is x2, y2 given. Formula for finding the slope when two given point is y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, right? So when we put y2 as 6 and y1 as 4, we'll get 6 minus 4 upon 0 minus of minus 2 because the value of x1 is minus 2. So when we solve, we'll get 2 upon 2 equals to 1. That means the slope of AB is m1. m1 is the slope of AB. So let's assume that the slope of the line which is parallel to AB be m2. So when lines are parallel, we have studied that the slopes are equal. So that means m1 equals to m2. So if m1 is 1, then m2 will also be 1 because lines are parallel. Right? Note down please. Let's see another sum children. Now in this sum it is given that the line passing through minus 4, minus 2 and 2, minus 3 is perpendicular to the line passing through A, 5 and 2, minus 1. Find A. Okay. These are the two coordinates of one line. These are the two coordinates of other line and both the lines are perpendicular to each other. And this is the condition given. So we have to calculate the value of A. So what we'll do? Let's find the slope of first line. Let's find the slope, calculate the slope of another line, second line, and then we'll apply the perpendicular line conditions to calculate the value of A. So let's see here the coordinates of the line. The line, first line which is passing through is minus 4, minus 2 and 2, minus 3. So when we apply the formula m1 y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, we'll get minus 2 minus 3 minus of minus 2 upon 2 minus of minus 4 equals to minus 3. When we open the bracket, this minus will get cancelled. We'll get minus 3 plus 2 upon 2 plus 4. It will be minus 1 by 6. So this is the slope of the first line. Now let's see. Let's find the slope of other line. The coordinates of the other line which is passing through is A, 5 and 2, minus 1. So when we apply the formula y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1, we'll get minus 1 minus 5 upon 2 minus A. So minus 1 minus 5 will become minus 6 upon 2 minus A. Right? And we know that when the lines are perpendicular to each other, the product of their slopes is minus 1. So m1 into m2 equals to minus 1 because it is given in the question that the lines are perpendicular to each other. So when we multiply the product of the slope is minus 1, when we put the values of the slope that we have calculated as minus 1 by 6 and minus 6 upon 2 minus A. So this 6 and 6 will get cancelled. Minus into minus will be plus 1 upon 2 minus A equals to minus 1. When we cross multiply, this 2 minus A will become to A minus 2 equals to 1. So the value of A will be obtained as 3. Alright children. Please note down the solution. Let's see another sum children. Now in this sum it is given that the points minus 3, 2, 2, minus 1 and A, 4 are collinear. Find A. What is collinear means? 3 points will be called collinear if the 3 given points are or more than 3 given points are lying on the same straight line. Right. So A, B and C, I have named this point as A, B and C. A, B and C will be called collinear if A, B, C are lying on the same line, straight line. Okay. So if for using slope, we need to calculate the value of A using slope formula. So if the points are on the same other part of same line, that means the slope of the line will be same. That means if we calculate the slope of AB and if we calculate the slope of BC, because A, B, C are on the same straight line, the slope of AB and slope of BC will be same because AB and BC are the part of that same line, right? So using that concept, we are going to apply the slope formula. So let's calculate the slope of AB first. So AB slope will be y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. When we'll get minus 1 minus 2 upon 2 plus 3, it will be minus 3 by 5, right? And if we calculate the slope of BC, so this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. When we'll get the slope of BC as 5 upon a minus 2. All right. Now the slope of AB and slope of BC will be same. So when we equate both the slopes, that is minus 3 upon 5 equals to 5 upon a minus 2, and when we cross multiply, we'll get minus 3 a minus 2 equals to 25. Cross multiply minus 3 inside the bracket, minus 3a plus 6 will get equals to 25. So 6 when transferred that side will get 25 minus 6 equals to 19. So minus 3 equals to 19, the value of a will be minus 19 by 3, or when we convert into mixed fraction form, we'll get the value of a as minus 6 wholes 1 by 3. Alright children, please note down the solution.